Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga with Maria. I'm Maria and today I'm coming to you from Park City, Utah, and we're practicing evening yoga. So this is great if you want to unwind after a long day. Grab your mat, 2 blocks, make sure you're subscribed to this channel, and let's get started. All right, yogis, come to your space or your mat. And I recommend having 2 blocks for this practice and a blanket or a pillow. I don't have a blanket or a pillow here with me right now, and I'll just instruct when to use that. But if you're at home and you have access to that, go ahead and grab it now. Find a comfortable seat with the seat up elevated on a block or your pillow or blanket. Let the hands come to the top of the lap. Let the eyes close for a moment here and tune into the breath. And just arrive onto your mat, arrive into your body at the end of your day, or maybe you've just arrived home from a day at work, or you've just finished work at home. Committing to yourself that you're going to wind down. And today I want to offer you, or an invitation to just find a little bit of forgiveness. So whatever felt like it didn't go the way that you wanted to, a conversation, something, even just like your own internal we have the tendency to evaluate our own performance, which can be good, but at the same time, we often get a little bit too hard on ourselves. So find something that you can offer yourself a little bit of compassion and forgiveness on, and let that guide your movement this evening. Let that guide your intention or your mindset as we begin to move. Bring the hands to touch in front of the heart and let the eyes open. Come to sit down on your mat. Move your blocks to the front edges of your mat. And then extend your legs long in Dandasana or staff pose and take the hands by the hips. Sit up nice and tall here. And then hug the right knee into the chest. Open the knee to the side. And then pick the knee back up again. Right hand comes behind you. Give the left arm gives the right knee a hug. Just turn over to the right. Make this an easy, chill twist. And then the elbows move in opposite directions. Find a little bit more broadness across the back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back to center and extend your right leg long. We'll take the left leg. Knee comes in towards the chest. Make a nice big crease in the leg here, and then open the knee to the side. Pick up the left knee, and then the left hand comes behind you. Right arm gives the left knee and leg a hug. Gentle turn to the left. Make the elbows broad, or move the elbows in opposite directions so there's broadness across the back. Keep that right leg engaged and right foot flexed. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then unwind and bring this left leg long. Both knees come in, soles of the feet touch for Baddha Konasana. Take the hands behind you, lift the seat up for a moment, and just let the hips swing side to side, just barely giving the spine a break here. Good, and then set the hips back down, lean back, cross the right ankle over the left, roll over the feet, come through hands and knees, and then find downward facing dog. Go ahead right away and pedal out the feet here. Fingers are spread wide. Good, and then find some stillness. Breathe in and lift your right leg up. Breathe out, take the knee to the nose. Inhale, down dog split, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring the right knee down to the mat halfway. It'll be right underneath the hip. Turn to the inner edge of your left foot. Press your right hand down, left arm reaches up, supported side plank. Breathe out, reach the arm up and over the ear. Find a nice big opening in the left side of the body. Breathing in. Just let the lungs have space to breathe. Breathing out. And then reach the left arm back up. From here, right or left knee comes down to meet the right. Left hand threads behind the right wrist. Bring your left shoulder, left cheek to the mat. And then walk the right fingertips forward. We're taking a puppy twist. Tense the fingertips and then just turn the sternum and the face towards the right. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more inhale. Exhale. Walk your right hand back underneath the right shoulder. Press down, unwind. Left arm reaches up. And then take the hand down. Your back and hands and knees. Breathe in, belly drops down. Chest reaches forward. Lift the chin. Breathe out. press into the hands and the tops of the feet, round the spine or puff up the back and let the head fall heavy. Inhale, cow pose, belly drops, chest lifts, chin lifts. Exhale, press into the hands, tops of the feet, puff up the back and let the head fall heavy. One more like this, breathe in, belly drops. Breathe out, and here, let's tuck the toes here. On your breath out, round the spine and then lift the knees and come into downward facing dog. You'll probably have to walk the hands forward a little bit. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, take the left knee to the nose. Inhale, down dog split, left leg lifts. Exhale, bring the knee halfway forward, right underneath the left hip, spin to the inner edge of your right foot. Right arm reaches up, breathe in. Breathe out, reach the right arm up and over the ear, big opening on the right side, lung or rib space. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reach that right arm back up, bring the right knee in line with the left knee, and then on the exhale, right hand threads behind the left wrist, right shoulder, right cheek comes to the mat, and then walk the fingertips forward, puppy twist to the other side. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Walk the left hand back, press down into the left hand, unwind, right arm reaches up. Exhale, hand comes to the mat. Inhale, belly drops for cow pose again. Chin lifts. Exhale, press into the hands and the feet, puff up the back, let the head fall heavy. 2 more times, breathe in. Move with the breath. Breathe out, puff up the back, let the head fall. 1 more time, inhale, belly drops, tuck the toes. Exhale, begin to puff up the spine, and as you go, lift the knees and the hips, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet here. Good, and then turn the pedaling of the feet into just little steps towards the front of the mat or towards your hands. When you get to the top, take a half lift. On the exhale, grab your blocks, put them on the highest setting, and step your left foot back behind you. A nice wide stance. Put that back heel down onto the mat so that the back toes are turned out about 20 degrees or so. And then breathe in, find length in the sides of the waist. Breathe out, fold forward for pyramid pose. Let the head fall heavy. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. 1 more time here. 1 more cycle of breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward, soften your front knee. Keep the hands on the blocks, and then you're just gonna bring the left knee forward outside your right foot and come to sit down. If it's hard to bring the hips to the mat, you can slide a block under there or take your blanket or pillow underneath. And then right hand comes back behind you, left arm reaches up. On the exhale, just wrap the left arm around the right knee and take another twist to the right. Again, use the elbows here. Make them, bend them and make them wide and make them move in opposite directions so you find broadness across the back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Come back to center. From here, put the weight into your left hip. Reach the right foot all the way back behind you so you come to pigeon pose or half pigeon pose. Here's where you might want to put a blanket or a pillow underneath the left hip. And then you've got your blocks here. Take them on the next lowest setting and bring the forearms to the blocks. Take a look behind you and make sure that the right ankle is in line with the right knee and the hip, and breathe. Send breath to the outer left hip. Maybe even just the whole left hip, am I right? Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then from here, take the blocks to the sides, bring the hands to the mat, and just tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, and step back to downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out the feet here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Turn the pedaling of the feet into little steps towards the front of the mat. When you get to the top, take your blocks once again underneath the hands, half lift. Exhale, left foot or right foot steps all the way back. Turn the toes out slightly enough so that you can press the right heel down to the mat. And then lengthen out the sides of the waist. On the exhale, fold forward. Line up your sternum with your left leg. Let the head fall heavy. You've got the blocks underneath the hands. If you need, you can soften the left knee a little bit here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Really try to let the head fall all the way heavy here. Breathing in. Breathing out. No need to strain in the left hamstring at all. So if it feels like you're straining, come up out of this more or soften your left knee. Inhale, half lift, soften the left knee. Exhale, keep the hands on blocks and bring your right knee and place it outside your left foot. Come to sit down. If it's hard to sit down, you can slide a block underneath the hips. Good, and then from here, left hand comes back behind you, right arm reaches up. And then take the right arm and give the left knee a hug. Easy twist here. It's not the deepest twist you've ever taken in your life. Elbows move in opposite directions. Find the broadness across the back. Send breath to the back side of your lungs, to the back portion of your rib cage. Breathe in. You can look back behind you if there's no strain in the neck. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more cycle here. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Lean onto the right hip and then swing the left leg all the way back behind you and set up in this half pigeon pose. Take the blocks to the lower, one setting lower. Prop up underneath the right hip if you need it. So if the right hip's lifting quite far off the mat, go ahead and support it. If you just have an inch or so, you don't have to put something underneath. And then bring the forearms to your blocks. Take a look back at the back leg. Make sure it's in a straight line or as the joints are lined up at least. And breathe. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more cycle of breath in. And out. From here, lift up and move the blocks to the sides. Hands come to the mat. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, and just lift your right foot back. Meet the left and find downward facing dog. Hips lift. Go ahead and shake the head no here. And then we'll bring our knees to the mat, cross the ankles behind you, and roll over the feet. Catch your blocks so they're about halfway down the mat. Bring the soles of the feet to touch. Hips, go ahead and bring the hips close to the heels. And then you'll use the blocks underneath the outer edges of the knees for a supported Baddha Konasana and come to lay down on your back. So it's really a Supta Baddha Konasana. You can adjust the blocks once you get down onto the back. And then just take one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. And feel the torso breathing into the hands. Just notice where the breath goes in your body. Notice when the hands move and where the hands move. Let yourself begin to really unwind, really begin to relax. Marking this as kind of another moment to settle into your evening. To allow your energy to become more introspective, a little bit more quiet. And then take the hands to the outer thighs and bring the knees together. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat, hip width distance. And take one block on the widest, flattest setting. Lift the hips up and place the block underneath your sacrum or your low back. Yeah, and the arms can just relax by the sides. Feel the weight of your sacrum and the pelvis really just falling into the block. And then from here, lift the feet up towards the ceiling or the sky. You can have a little bend in the knees. Finding this modified inversion. Helping our body naturally kind of reverse the action of the day. Staying with the breath. Just staying with yourself. Continuing to let yourself unwind here. Bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet back to the mat. And then lift the hips up, remove the block, bring the sacrum and the pelvis back to the mat. And extend one leg long and then the other. Arms come by the sides, palms face up. Just windshield wiper the feet a few times here. And then just let the feet splay out. Let the arms get heavy, let the legs get heavy, let the torso get heavy. Even the head sinks a little bit further towards the floor or your mat. I'm going to leave you here in this Shavasana. Stay for another minute or so. Feeling the body get heavy, feeling the weight of your day, the stress of your day melt away from you. Thanks so much for joining this evening, yogis. Namaste. Yoga is a great way to unwind after a long day or relax your nervous system. So I also recommend you check out my pre-bedtime yoga video right here on YouTube. Give it a watch and see how you feel.